Derek Spallone here alongside Tyler Ulis before the McDonald City Suburban Showdown press conference. First and foremost, Tyler, big game coming up Saturday, of course. Have you read the scouting report a little bit on some of the guys you're going to be facing up against?
I haven't read the scouting report yet. Coach hasn't really seen him play yet. He's going out to see him play, I think, Friday maybe, and we're going to, just go from there. I heard Evan's pretty good. I've seen him play a little bit, and, he's great inside and out. We're just going to have to step up defensively and try to slow him down.
Tyler, you play in one of the toughest conferences in high school basketball, man, the Catholic League competition day in and day out. How have you been able to just play at a high level and your team to be able to play at a high level?
Just it comes from experience. We've been in this conference. Everybody's been playing for 3 years now. We've had the same starters. And, we're just coming out here trying to play hard. The conference is great. The fans are great. They give you a hard time on the road. We just played St. Pat's, who, record doesn't show it, but, they came out last game and just played their hearts out. They had us down early, and, it was a hard-fought game. Their crowd kept them in it. We fought back, though, and we won the game.
What's your thoughts on the season so far and some of your expectations moving forward to the playoffs?
So far we've played great. Lately we've been playing a little bad, but that comes. It comes and goes. We know what we have to do as 5 seniors, and we're just looking forward to state tournament. Last year we fell a little short, made it to in super sectionals the first time in Marian history, but with more experience, hopefully we get further than that.
Tyler, a Mcdonald All-American, an ESPN Top 100 recruit, a Kentucky commit. What else motivates you to play at this high level, man?
Just to win state. I can't wait to get there. We haven't won anything yet. We won the super sectional, the sectional last year. Like I said, lost in the super sectional. Our record's great right now, but still we have a job to do.
And like I said, you committed to Kentucky. Can you talk a little bit about why Kentucky?
Coach Cal's a great coach. His resume speaks for itself. The guards he's brought in, John Wall, Derrick Rose at Memphis, all sorts of guys, Eric Bledsoe, Brandon Knight, the list continues. And, just under that system with the dribble drive offense, the up-tempo offense. And then, at the end of the day, Coach Cal was straight up with me. He never lied. He was honest 100%. He told me that I have to come in and earn my spot. I have to earn everything. It's given to me. He's not going to give me anything. At Kentucky, he can't hide me. I have to be there and work because that's a big stage. They take Kentucky basketball serious.
But, as a smaller guard, Tyler, have you ever had to, kind of fight through that adversity?
Yeah, all my life until this year, people have been doubting me. You're too small for this, too small for that. They didn't think I was going to be able to play Division I basketball or definitely become a McDonald's All-American. But, I just didn't pay it any attention, just kept working, used as motivation, and just kept playing.
There's a couple more questions. How does it feel to be an All-American?
It feels great. It's a dream come true, and it's an honor to be on the list of that, that type of list with guys like LeBron, Melo, and then Jabari, Jaleel, and people like that. That's just a great list to be on, and I'm the shortest to ever play in the game, so it's a great honor. It's always been a dream of mine since I was a kid.
Absolutely. My final question for you, man: what pumps you before a game time? What are you listening to get you ready?
I listen to Lil Herb.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a local Chicago artist.
All right, man. Well, there you go. Derek Spallone, Tyler Ulis.